In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on February 24th, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Buffalo Sabres versus Florida Panthers. Tonight we should have a very fun matchup between the Florida Panthers and the Buffalo Sabres, who are just 2 points apart in the Atlantic Division standings. Both of these teams are fighting for wild card spots in the East, and this will be the third of 4 games between them in the regular season this year. The Panthers won both previous games on the road, winning 4-3 on October 15th and 4-1 on January 16th. The Sabres are 121-247 in their last 368 road games, and 51-122 in their last 173 games playing on 0 days rest. The Panthers are 64-24 in their last 88 home games and 1-4 in their last 5 Friday games. The over is 4-1 in Sabres' last 5 overall. The over is 12-3-2 in Panthers' last 17 overall. The Sabres are 3-13 in the last 16 meetings in Florida and 8-25 in the last 33 meetings. The road team is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. The favorite is 6-0 in the last 6 meetings. The Panthers are looking to step up on their home ice, but I see the Sabres finding favorable matchups on both ends of the ice. The Sabres look to build off a 6-goal game and find the back of the net at will against a Panthers defense that is allowing 3.48 goals per game, with Tage Thompson, Alex Tuch, and the rest of the forward unit controlling the puck in the offensive zone and creating open shots with quick passes near the net. The Sabres should limit the Panthers' offense with Rasmus Dahlin, Owen Power, and the rest of the defensive unit stealing the puck in all 3 zones and limiting shooting lanes, allowing goaltender Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen to make plenty of big saves. The Sabres provide great odds as road underdogs, so the Buffalo Sabres money line is our full game side pick. This game lines up incredibly for the over, with 2 fantastic offenses and 2 struggling defenses. Both of these teams have trended over this season, with the over in Sabres games going 32-23-1 and the over in Panthers games going 34-21-5. They've both struggled on the back end and are tied for the 8th most goals allowed in the NHL. Both teams have been very good offensively as well. The Sabres have scored the 3rd most goals in the NHL and have generated the 11th most expected goals in the league. Florida's offense has generated the most expected goals and the most high-danger shots, which has led to them scoring the 7th most goals in the league. I expect both of these teams to score at ease and push this game past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Wild versus Toronto Maple Leafs. Tonight we have a very interesting cross-conference matchup between 2 likely playoff games this season, as the Toronto Maple Leafs host the Minnesota Wild. This will be the second of 2 regular season games between these teams this season, after the Leafs won 4-3 on the road in Minnesota in the first game on November 25th. The Wild are 0-5 in their last 5 road games and 9-3 in their last 12 games playing on 0 days rest. The Maple Leafs are 6-2 in their last 8 Friday games and 53-20 in their last 73 home games. The under is 21-8-2 in Wild last 31 overall. The over is 4-1 in Maple Leafs last 5 overall. The Wild are 1-4 in the last 5 meetings. The favorite is 17-5 in the last 22 meetings. The Leafs won the first game between these teams on the road earlier this season, and I give them a significant edge here, especially with the Wild in the second half of a back-to-back on the road. Toronto has been an elite team this season on both ends of the ice. They've scored the 6th most goals in the NHL, generating the 6th most expected goals and the 2nd most high-danger shots in the league. Toronto has only allowed the 6th fewest goals in the NHL, giving up the 5th fewest expected goals and the 13th fewest high-danger shots, going up against a fatigued Wild offense that has only scored the 8th fewest goals in the NHL, generating the 9th fewest expected goals and the 8th fewest high-danger shots in the league. I expect the Leafs Leafs to shut down Minnesota. The Minnesota Wild aren't winning on the road these days, and them being on the end of a back-to-back doesn't help them here. The Toronto Maple Leafs have had the upper hand over the Wild recently, and they're the more balanced team that's lighting it up on their home ice. The line is reasonable, so the Toronto Maple Leafs money line is our full game side pick. Both of these teams have trended under this season, with the under going 29 to 26 to 3 in Leafs games and 31 to 23 to 4 in Wild games. They both have really good defenses. The Wild have allowed the 11th fewest goals in the NHL, giving up the 9th fewest expected goals and the 8th fewest high-danger shots in the league. Toronto has only allowed the 6th fewest goals in the NHL, giving up the 5th fewest expected goals and the 13th fewest high-danger shots. The Wild offense has only scored the 8th fewest goals in the league, generating the 9th fewest expected goals and the 8th fewest high-danger shots in the NHL. With two great goalies in Philip Gustafsson and Ilya Samsonov, I expect a really good goaltending battle with two great defenses in front of them. Expect a defensive battle tonight. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Montreal Canadiens versus Philadelphia Flyers. The Montreal Canadiens face the Philadelphia Flyers, with both teams looking to improve on rough seasons. The Canadiens have a 24 to 29 to 4 record and are in last place in the Atlantic Division. The Flyers have a 23 to 26 to 10 record and, with only 3 wins in their last 10 games, have the second worst record in the Metropolitan Division. Both teams look to climb out of the bottom of their divisions, and the upcoming game should be a good one as a result. Montreal is 2 to 5 in their last 7 Friday games and 3 to 10 in their last 13 games following a win. The over is 5 to 2 in Montreal's last 7 games. Philadelphia is 7 to 1 in their last 8 games played on 2 days of rest and 0 to 6 in their last 6 Friday games. The over is 4 to 1 in Philadelphia's last 5 games. The road team is 7 to 2 in these two teams' last 9 head-to-head meetings. Two Eastern Conference teams in the Philadelphia Flyers and Montreal Canadiens are set to battle on this Friday night in a meetup in the city of brotherly love. In the second of 3 matchups this season, the Flyers will be looking for some payback after the Canadiens secured a win on home ice in a 5 to 4 shootout finish. These teams may not have much to play for, but as two of the weaker teams in the league, we may see another tight matchup and close finish. The Flyers come into this game deemed as the favorite, and rightfully so. The Canadiens are a very young and inexperienced team, and they are still decimated with injuries to some key pieces. They just took down a strong New Jersey Devils team, but it is not Montreal's 4th straight game on the road. 4 wins in the team's past 6 games is a stretch that can be seen as an outlier, and they will likely see themselves back in the loss column when taking on a much stronger Flyers roster, so the Philadelphia Flyers money line is our full game side pick. The Canadiens should limit a Flyers offense that is scoring only 2.68 goals per game, with Jonathan Kvasvik, Jordan Harris, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Jake Allen to make plenty of big saves. The Flyers should eliminate and potentially shut out the Canadiens, who have scored only 8 goals in their last 3 games, with Nick Seeler, Travis Sanheim, Ivan Provorov, and the rest of the defensive unit forcing turnovers in the neutral zone and defensive zone, while goaltender Carter Hart blanks the shots on the net. This will be a low-scoring game with both defenses stepping up. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.